Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. I am Ms. Bushra Tanveer. This is Pakistan Studies class for grade 9. This is our 7th video of this virtual class. In this video, we shall study chapter number 4 from Pakistan Studies book. Dear students, after today's lesson, you will be able to understand the text given in chapter 4. You will be able to do the short question answer from this chapter. Dear students, today we shall continue chapter 4, the history of Pakistan. As you know that in our previous lectures we have discussed about the history of Pakistan. In the previous lecture we discussed about the early problem faced by the Pakistan at the partition or at the birth of Pakistan, and also we discussed about the objectives of resolution, and also in the previous video we discussed about the Indo-Pak War 1965, their events and cost. So now today we are going to do the next subheading. Today we shall start our lesson from page number 118. The subheading Economic Development. The growth of an economy from backward to advanced economy is known as the economic development. It is a process through which such changes are introduced in economy by adopting and utilizing modern advanced capital and human resources as increase the income of the government. The living standard of the people rises, the masses enjoy better opportunities of education, health, employment and recreation. Muhammad Shoaib, an economist of the World Bank, was appointed finance minister in the martial law government of Ayub Khan. Dear students, in this video, the subheading Economic Development. First of all, it is very important for you to know what is economic development. The growth of an economy from backward to advanced economy is known as economic development. It is a process through which such changes are introduced in economy by adopting and utilizing modern advanced capital and human resources as increase the income of the country. Dear students, economic development in the era of Ayub Khan. On that time, Muhammad Shoaib, an economist, was appointed a finance minister by Ayub Khan, and he controlled imports and exports effectively. He encouraged exports in the national trade that caused much saving in the foreign exchange. Licenses were issued for the industrial development and new industries were established. This step brought prosperity in the country. During this regime, the second 5-year plan and the third 5-year plan were prepared. Dear students, now the next subheading is the second 5-year plan 1960 to 1965, With the termination of the first plan period 1955 to 60, the second 5-year plan was prepared. Following were the main objectives and targets of this plan: to attain an increase in national income for 24%, to achieve an increase of about 10% in per capita income, to provide the opportunities of employment to 2.5 million people, to get an increase of 14% in agricultural output, to increase the industrial production up to 14% in large scale as well as medium scale industries, to increase the industrial production of cottage and small scale industries up to 25%, to increase exports at the rate of 3% annual increase. Dear students, with the termination of the first plan period, the second 5-year plan was prepared. This plan was launched in July 1960 in the era of Ayub Khan. Strategy based on the lessons learned from the shortfalls of the first year plan. The plan was designed with the main purpose of consolidating the success achieved during the first plan. Its strategy was based on the principle of maintaining a balance of growth between different sectors. It was expected that with the passage of time, economy will achieve an automatic development level, and due to the development or for the progress, the following steps were taken, and these are the main objectives and the target of the plan, which I discussed with you now: to attain an increase in national income, to achieve an increase of about 10% in per capita income, to provide the opportunity of employment, to increase in the agricultural sector, and also for the increase the industrial production in the large scale and on the small scale, and also the cottage and small scale industries. All these are the main objective and targets of second 5 years plan. Now the next subheading or the next paragraph, it was estimated that rupees 23 billion were needed to achieve the objectives and targets of the second 5-year plan. It was estimated that rupee 12.4 billion would be spent on public sector, rupee 3.8 billion on semi-public sector, and rupee 6.8 billion on private sector. Under this plan, the pace of economic growth of country remained quite satisfactory. In some sector, higher growth rate was witnessed as compared to the estimated rate. The point given below attract our attention when we analyze this plan. The national gross income exceeded even beyond 30%. Exports were increased at the rate of 7% per annum. Per annum means the annual. And in industrial sector, more than 40% growth was recorded. And in agricultural sector, more than 15% growth was recorded. It means that in the second 5-year plans, the higher growth rate was over there, and it is good for the development of the country. Dear students, the second 5-year plan occupies a special importance in the economic planning of country because while preparing this plan, the drawbacks of the first 5-year plans were taken into account. So the drawbacks were rectified and special care was taken in the evaluation of national resources. The success of this plan proved a source of encouragement. It helped a lot in the future planning. Dear students, now the next subheading is the third 5-year plan 1965 to 70. The main objectives and targets of third 5-year plan were as under. The first one, to enhance the pace of the national development and to increase the gross domestic product GDP as much as 37%, to increase per capita income at the rate of 20%, to provide employments to 5.5 million people, to accelerate the pace of agricultural growth and to increase it at the rate of 5% annually, to increase the industrial growth at the rate of 13% annually, to prefer to the establishment of the basic industries, to bring stability in the balance of the payment by increasing the foreign exchange, to make efforts to improve the basic facilities and to provide social security. Dear students, the main objectives and the targets of the third 5-year plan. Third 5-year plan was launched at the first phase of 20 years perspective plan. The planner noted with concern that although notable progress was achieved during the last two 5-year plan, yet due to certain shortcomings of the development strategy, the gap between the incomes of the different income groups kept widening with the passage of time. To reduce disparity between the income of different groups was an important target set for the third 5-year plan, and the target and objective which I discussed with you now. First, national development and increase the gross domestic product, to increase the per capita income, to provide the employment, to accelerate the pace of agriculture growth, means in the agriculture sector the growth, we try to improve the growth rate, to increase the industrial growth, to prefer to establishment of basic industries, to make effort to improve the basic facilities and to provide social security. Yes, students, the next material or the paragraph, a total amount of rupees 52 billion was reserved to achieve this target. Rupee 30 billion were allocated for public sector while 22 billion rupees were reserved for private sector. The above stated objectives and the particulars shows the third 5-year plan had a lot of merits. When we analyze its growth, its synopsis is an increase of 9.5% was expected in export, but only 7% increase could be possible. The pace of growth in agriculture remained lower than the expected pace. The target fixed was 4.5%. In industrial sector, the target fixed was 13%, but only 9% increase could be made possible. Yes, students, here the above stated objectives and the particular shows growth in the third year plan we discussed over here. Now the third 5-year plan could not succeed fully. In most of the factors, it could not reach its fixed target. In fact, third 5-year plan was surrounded by unfavorable circumstances from very beginning. A severe drought was experienced during the first 2 years. It affected crops badly. Defense expenditures increased because of Indo-Pak War 1965. It caused reduction in the proposed resources for development expenditure. A decrease of 27% was also noted in foreign aid. Agricultural output decreased too. State of Internal Affairs was overruled by the insurgents and GOS. It had a negative effect on industrial production. In short, this plan could not find favorable circumstances needed for this program of economic growth. This plan was not success. Fulfillment is the achieves targets and didn't fulfill the objectives. The reasons were 1965 Indo-Pakistan War, suspension of American aid due to war, and also damage caused by drought, floods and hurricanes. All these are the main reasons due to that this plan was not successful. Dear students, now in front of your computer screen you can see the graph, the rate of growth percent in industrial and agriculture sector in 1958 till 59. Large scale industry 5.6, small scale 2.3 and agriculture 4.9. And also in the next years, in 1960, 61, 62, 63, 64 continuously. When we see in 1968 to 69, the large scale industry 10.6%, small scale industries 2.9% and the agriculture 4.5%. So, Source Economic Survey of Pakistan. This table shows that during this period, large-scale industries flourished, while the target of the growth of small-scale industries remained either stagnant or below the desired growth. The agricultural sector continued to suffer fluctuations continuously. Dear students, I think all the points related to the second 5 years plan, third 5 years plan and also the economic growth which I have discussed with you now, each and everything is clear to you. Now we shall see the short question answer from chapter 4. What were the targets of second 5-year development plan? The second 5-year development plan 1960 to 65, with the termination of the first plan period 1955 to 60, the second 5-year plan was prepared. Following were the main objectives and the targets of this plan. Number 1, to attain an increase in national income by 24%, to achieve an increase of about 10% in per capita income, to provide the opportunities of employment to 2.5 million people. The next point or the answer is continue. The next point, number 4, to get an increase of 14% in agricultural output, to increase industrial production up to 14% in large scale as well as medium scale industries. Number 6, to increase the industrial production of cottage and small scale industries up to 25%. Next, last point, to increase exports at the rate of 3% annual increase. Next question, what was the role of Pakistan Navy in the War of 1965? Role of Pakistan Navy in the War of 1965. Pakistan Navy remained fully alert during this war. Our Navy destroyed famous Indian naval base Dwarka on the coast of Kathiawar and did a heroic achievement when India launched a sudden attack on a unit of Pakistan Navy. An Indian ship was sunk by Pakistan Navy in this fight while other ships retreated. Dear students, now the next question is write any 5 points of Muslim Family Law Ordinance. Muslim Family Law Ordinance 1961. The then President Ayub Khan promulgated Muslim Family Laws Ordinance 1961. According to this ordinance, all Muslim marriages were to be compulsorily registered in union councils. Unwanted polygamy was abolished. Consent of current wife and permission of by chairman union council was made mandatory for a second marriage. The minimum age limit for marriage was fixed 18 years for boy and 16 years for girl. The answer is continue. The next point, in case of divorce, etc., a period of 90 days was fixed as iddat period. Number 5, orphaned grandchildren may receive share from the property of their grandparents. Number 6, the increasing population of Pakistan shall be controlled through family planning. And the 7th point, a group of religious scholars opposed this ordinance. They declared that ordinance was against the teaching of Islam, but with the passage of time, the majority of people accepted it. Next short question is describe 2 causes of War 1965. Answer, 2 causes of the War 1965. First one, Pakistan was established against the wishes of Hindus, so they never accepted Pakistan from the bottom of their hearts. Wonderful progress and stability of Pakistan constituted a major concern for them, so they started launching aggressive action against Pakistan. Second cause, the Kashmir conflict is the real cause of War 1965. India occupied Kashmir against the will of Kashmiri people. Kashmiri people are in favor of accession to Pakistan, but India has always avoided holding the promised plebiscite in Kashmir in accordance with the resolution passed by the Security Council as a punishment of supporting Kashmiri people morally and raising Kashmir issue all over the world. India imposed war on Pakistan in 1965. Pakistan extended moral support to the people of Kashmir and raised Kashmir issue all over the world, not like which India did. Next question is, how was Malakand division formed? Answer: Malakand division in NWFP Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. These Swat and Chitral maintained their identity as independent states even after the establishment of Pakistan. The people of these areas were not enjoying such facilities as the people in West Pakistan were enjoying, so General Yahya Khan abolished the separate states of these states in 1969. These three states were merged to form Malakand division. It was made an administrative part of NWFP Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Dear students, next question is, what do you mean by economic development? Economic development, the growth of an economy from backward to advanced economy, is known as economic development. It is a process through which such changes are introduced in economy by adopting and utilizing modern, advanced capital and human resources as increase the income of the country, the living standard of the people rises, the masses enjoy better opportunities of education, health, employment and recreation. Dear students, the next question is, mention 5 targets of third 5-year plan. Third 5-year plans 1965 to 70. The main objectives and targets of the third 5-year plans were as under. Number 1, to enhance the pace of national development and to increase the gross domestic product GDP as much as 37%. Number 2, to increase per capita income at the rate of 20%. Number 3, to provide employment to 5.5 million people. Number 4, to accelerate the pace of agriculture growth and to increase it at the rate of 5% annually. To increase the industrial growth at the rate of 13% annually. To prefer to the establishment of basic industries. Number 7, to bring stability in the balance of payment by increasing the foreign exchange. Number 8, to make efforts to improve the basic facilities and to provide social security. Dear students, now the homework. Learn and write question answers which are done today. See you in the next video. Goodbye.